G'day guys, Wes York here for this week's edition of York Talk, everything sales and business. Before we get too far into today, again, I just want to thank everyone for making this show a success. We're getting through the week. We get so many different messages and comments. I just want to say thank you everyone out there for sharing it and liking it. And, we had Phil Lowe from Fiji send me over a box of his fantastic 18-degree Fiji mineral water. So Phil, I said you'll get this and show everyone on Facebook Live. If you need your best mineral water going around, so make sure if you've got your restaurant, you've got a business, and you need to sell some fantastic, get 18 degrees Fiji's natural mineral water, absolute brilliant. So thanks Phil, appreciate it mate. I want to thank a few other people. I want to thank Vesna, Jen, Karen, Pete, Paul, a few other guys and girls who sent a lot of comments, put the shares out. They sent me some emails for the week and actually loved last week's episode. So this week we're talking about objections though. So this week we had one of our clients email in during the week, and we're talking about how to overcome objections with their sales team. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you are in hey, thanks, Brad. Brad's just sending a comment now on Facebook for me. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're in business, if you're in sales, whether it be direct sales, whether it be phone sales, whether it be even door-to-door, if you're in network marketing, today's going to be a great episode for you because it doesn't matter what we do, we're going to get objections. The thing is, most salespeople, what happens is they actually overcome the objections in the wrong way, which detracts their sales, reduces their average transaction size, and actually reduces their close rate. So today we're going to focus on how to overcome objections correctly, so therefore we can increase the average transaction size, we can increase our close rate, we can put more money into your back pocket, we can work your cash flow right. So this is what today is all about. The thing when it comes to objections is we need to make sure that we understand, is it a concern, is it an objection, is it a true objection? There's so many bits to when a client or a prospect gives us a reason why they may not want to purchase. When are they giving us the objection? Is it through, when we're presenting our product, or is it when we ask them to purchase? When does the concern come up and, rear its head, so to speak? So we need to make sure we understand through our sales process when the objections come. How hard is it true objection? Is it just a concern? Is it a buying question? We get some salespeople actually make the error that they think that it's going to be an objection when in actual fact it's just a buying question from our prospect or our client. So what we want to do today is focus on there's 5 steps to overcoming objections. So we need to make sure we do it right. So we're going to list through the 5 steps. We also do courses here at Sales Coach International, and it can be anywhere from a 2-day or a 3-day course on the basics on how to overcome objections, advanced overcoming objections, and then we also dovetail that into how to close sales. So we do advanced closing strategies and also basic closing strategies. So if you need to have you do a course, you want to put your team through it, give us a buzz here, shoot us an email. One of our team would love to help you out, and we'll come in. We can either do a video conference where you can sit there and we can set you up on the Elite Sales Club, which is arguably, I reckon, it is the best sales coaching platform in the entire world, and you can be anywhere. They can have these advanced courses, and you can do 24/7. You can be anywhere in the world. You can be watching them at midnight. You can be educating yourself at 2 in the morning. It doesn't make any difference at all. So the first step, let's get straight into it. The first step of overcoming objections it's a real easy one, but most people get it wrong. You've got to listen. So the first step is you've got to listen to what your client's saying. The reason why I say it, because sales is a repetitive sport. We do the same process day in, day out. That's why complacency comes up, things like that. But our clients, we hear the same thing from our clients over and over again. The thing is, it's your client saying it for their first time. So we need to make sure we listen to our client. What are they saying? How are they saying? What words are they saying? When are they bringing up this concern or bringing up this objection? So we need to make sure we fully understand what your client is saying and why they're saying it. So most salespeople, because they've heard it so many times, they believe they know what their client wants to hear, and they don't really listen to the full objection. So we need to make sure that your step 1 is you just got to listen. You've got to sit there and understand what they're saying. The second step is you need to agree with your client. So what happens is Most salespeople go straight into attack mode when they get an objection. You know, your client is also expecting you to go into attack mode when they get an objection. So what happens is if we agree with our clients, it actually disarms them. They're not ready for you to sit there and say, I totally agree with you, John and Mary. So let's use an example. Price is too expensive, or I need to go away and think about it. First of all, we've got to listen to them, and then we've got to agree, yeah, I totally agree with you. The price is expensive. I totally agree with you. Yeah, you know what? You might need to go away and ponder on it, because your client's not expecting you to agree with them. So what it's going to do when you agree, it opens them up, it disarms them, and you're able now to go into the next step, which is you need to acknowledge and you need to isolate. And this is probably the key one where a lot of sales agents or a lot of sales people, business owners, entrepreneurs get it wrong. They don't isolate to get the true objection. So what happens, your client might turn and say, look, Wes, I want to go away and think about it. The old, I need to think about it objection, the worst objection in the world, right? So when we sit there and go, okay, what is it you need to go away and think about, which is what a lot of salespeople do, they've actually dug themselves a hole and made that objection heaps harder. So instead of turning around and saying, I'm going to listen to you, I'm going to agree with you, you know what, you might need to go away and ponder on it and give yourself some time, but let me ask you, so I'm going to acknowledge, and then I'm going to isolate, is it the product or is it the money that you need to go away and have a ponder on? So now I'm starting to isolate that objection, so I know exactly where my client is. If I just turn around and say, yeah, what does it need to go away and think about, which is what a lot of people say, they've actually just opened up, because your client's going to turn around and usually say, I just need to think about everything. And so when you get that, you've actually opened up that objection even wider and made it a lot harder on yourself. So you need to listen, you need to agree, and then the third step is you need to acknowledge and you need to isolate, and then we move into the fourth one, we need to overcome it then. Okay, so if we gave you time, or if we predated this, or we reduced the price, or we go back, we bring the dominant buying mode, come back and then overcome the objection. So step 4 is you need to then overcome the objection. So John and Mary, if we gave you the price, if we gave you a better deal, if we did this, are you happy to take and become our newest client or our newest product member? Whatever you sell, your product and service, can we get it done today? Or, can we get it done? Can we have your contract signed and back to us within 24 hours? However you need to overcome and then close that objection. Then we go to the 5th step, which is then shut it down, close it, move on. Don't sit there and bring it back up. Once you've overcome the objection, time to move on, time to close the deal, wherever you are in your step of your selling process. See, what happens in a lot of cases, sales agents are going to sit there and sometimes they dwell on it too long. They've overcome it and then they bring it back up again. So once we've overcome the objection, then let's close it, let's shut it down, let's move on. Let's do wherever you are in your sales process, so therefore we can keep moving forward, we can get the credit card, whatever it is, with the product and service that you're selling. So these are the 5 steps. You've got to agree with your clients. You've got to listen first, then you agree. And then what was the third one, do you remember? Acknowledge and isolate. Overcome it, and then shut it down and move on. So there's your 5 steps. Now, training and practicing takes time. A lot of people will sit there and watch this, this 10, 15-minute video today and go, yeah, I've got it, but you've got to get out there, you've got to practice it. You never become a professional athlete by only training once. You need to make sure you continually go back over and over again and practice until you get it perfect. And then when you get it perfect, you've got to keep practicing, because there's the practice and the training that got you there to start with. So you don't want to drop off. So let's go back over again, because this is really critical when it comes to sales. First of all, if you don't get objections, you're never getting sales, first and foremost. So you need to make sure that you actually like objections. We love it in our business when our clients give us those objections, because guess what? We know we're on the right track to getting a sale. A lot of sales agents get scared of objections. You should be looking forward to them, because if you don't get them, you're not getting sales. Every single person who's ever purchased will always have a concern, will always have an objection, will always have something which they need to get off their chest. So you need to make sure you get them. The second thing we need to do, we need to sit there, we need to listen to them, because your clients sit there and it's their first time. It's their first time they're giving you this objection. I don't care if you've heard it 100, 200, 3,000 times. It's your client saying it for the first time. You then need to agree with them, so we disarm them. We acknowledge, we isolate, we overcome it, and then we move on. So this is today's episode. This is our 4th episode. Absolutely loving York Talk, everything sales and business. This is how you overcome objections. If you want to know more on how to overcome objections and do advanced, then jump onto the website, which is wesyorksales.com. Click into the Elite Sales Club, which is the best sales platform that you can have all the educational videos. We've got different courses. I've got courses on Advanced Overcome Objections, Advanced Closing. You can go in there, you can have a look, you can purchase, and then you can start educating yourself within about 5 minutes of logging onto the website, and you can go over and over and over again, and you can train as much as you need. So let's jump onto wesyorksales.com. So this is episode 4, how to overcome objections correctly. Because you know what, we get them every single day in our life. It doesn't matter whether you're job interviews, it doesn't matter whether you're direct sales, phone sales, it makes no difference at all. We get objections in our life, so now we know the steps to overcoming them. So my name is Wes York. Thank you so much. Share it, like it, comment. If you send me an email, I'll get back to everyone. If you put a comment, I usually get back to every single person. On Facebook, I just want to say thank you again, and we'll see you next Tuesday, 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for episode 5 of York Talk, Everything Sales and Business. My name is Wes York, and thank you very much.